I am continuing my reading. What I'm doing in this series is to read through the entire standard works of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. This consists of the Bible, the Book of Mormon, the Doctrine and Covenants, and the Pearl of Great Price. I am reading in a chronological order of events, not according to publication or volume, so I will be skipping around a bit as I move along. We return back to our histories now. Jeremiah prophesied for about 17 years, or 18 years during the reign of Josiah, as well as the reign of his sons. But we don't know exactly which chapters were during the reign of, we know basically which chapters were during the reign of Josiah, but we don't know when in those 18 years that those chapters were written. So, I've read a portion of them. Now we're going to read a little bit more about the reign of Josiah. Then we will go back and read some more of Jeremiah. And we will intersperse Jeremiah, although it's more like intersperse the histories into Jeremiah, really. But we're going to do this, kind of go back and forth as we move through. So, this, we will be returning now to 2 Kings. This will be chapter 22. Remember, I did make an error in my videos, in my previous reading in Kings and Chronicles, that it wasn't in the 8th year that Josiah began his reforms. It was in the 12th year that he began. He started turning to God in the 8th year, and in the 12th year, he started his reforms, destroying all the idols. Jeremiah starts prophesying in the 13th year, just after that, and he seems to be indicating that the people, even though Josiah is destroying these idols and trying to cleanse the people, trying to cleanse the nation, the people aren't embracing it. The people are still wicked. The people are still turning preferably to their idols, and they embrace the false prophets still. So now we read a little bit more here. We're going to pick this up in 2 Kings chapter 22. We're going to read verses 3 through 14. So we'll see what happens next in the reign of Josiah. Here we go. And it came to pass in the 18th year of King Josiah that the king sent Shaphan, the son of Azaliah, the son of Meshullam, the scribe, to the house of the Lord, saying, Go up to Hilkiah the high priest, that he may sum the silver which is brought into the house of the Lord, which the keepers of the door have gathered for the people, And let them deliver it into the hand of the doers of the work, that have the oversight of the house of the Lord. And let them give it to the doers of the work, which is in the house of the Lord, to repair the breaches of the house, unto carpenters and builders and masons, and to buy timber and hewn stone to repair the house. Howbeit there was no reckoning made with them of the money that was delivered into their hand, because they dealt faithfully. So of course the breaches, these are the breaks in the wall and the structure, the damage to the structure. And he's going to go to Hilkiah, the high priest, and take a reckoning. How much money do we have? Give it to the people who can do the work, and let's get it repaired. Now, the last time we read about any repairs on the temple was in the days of Joash. And I believe that's like 6 generations back. We're talking 100, 200 years previously. So it's been a while since the temple's been repaired. So Josiah is saying, let's get the money in and let's repair the temple. But that last part there, it says there was no reckoning made of the money, because they dealt faithfully. Now this means that they didn't keep an account. People brought in money, they donated money, and nobody made a record of it. They just accepted that it was there. They took it on the honor system. Verse 8, And Hilkiah the high priest said unto Shaphan the scribe, I have found the book of the law in the house of the Lord. And Hilkiah gave the book to Shaphan, and he read it. And Shaphan the scribe came to the king, and brought the king word again, and said, Thy servants have gathered the money that was found in the house, and have delivered it into the hand of them that do the work, that have the oversight of the house of the Lord. And Shaphan the scribe shewed the king, saying, Hilkiah the priest hath delivered me a book. And Shaphan read it before the king. And it came to pass, when the king had heard the words of the book of the law, that he rent his clothes. And the king commanded Hilkiah the priest, and Ahikam the son of Shaphan, and Achbor the son of Micaiah, and Shaphan the scribe, and Asahiah, a servant of the king, saying, Go ye, inquire of the Lord for me, and for the people, and for all Judah, concerning the words of this book that is found. For great is the wrath of the Lord that is kindled against us, because our fathers have not hearkened unto the words of this book, to do according to unto all that which is written concerning us. So Hilkiah the priest, and Ahikam, and Achbor, and Shaphan, and Josiah went unto Huldah the prophetess, the wife of Shallum, the son of Tikvah, the son of Harhas, keeper of the wardrobe. Now she dwelt in Jerusalem in the college, and they communed with her. So this is a fairly famous story. They're repairing the temple. Josiah has them repair the temple. They clear out all the debris. They're repairing things. And as they're repairing it, they stumble across a secret compartment, finding this book. Now, what book was it? We're not told. The speculation is that it was the book of Deuteronomy. Possible, considering Deuteronomy is full of warnings and blessings and cursings. It would make sense. But it's not directly identified in Scripture. But Josiah reads this book, and he's like, we have been failing. We have not been doing this right. He thought he was doing good. So Josiah, this is in the 18th year. So they're doing the repairs. It might be 19th, 20th year by now, but it's in this time period. And he thought he was doing good. He put down all the idols. He got rid of all that stuff. So we're good. And then he reads this book and he says, we're doomed. He didn't actually know the law. The people had they had not only abandoned God, they had lost knowledge of the law. They didn't know what they were supposed to be doing anymore. There had been so much idol worship. I think even back by the time of Manasseh, he turned his heart to God as much as he could, but I think he didn't know the law. Probably since the time of Hezekiah, people haven't really known the law. And so Josiah is thinking, we got to figure out what's going on. Is this real? Is this a real book of Scripture? And who do they go to determine if it's a real book of Scripture? They don't go to the scholars. The people who are being sent are the scholars. But they don't go to the scholars. They don't say, study this book and give us the clues and tell us if you think this is no. They go to a prophetess, somebody who is actually called of God, somebody who has the gift of prophecy from God. And in this case, happens to be a woman. Now, we will pick this up in 2 Chronicles, chapter 34. Again, parallel stories. We're just going to read the next part in Chronicles, and we will see you there.